It is pointless to have Wi-Fi without reception. It's like the signal is there, yet the message is blocked. Like, poops, never received. Just completely lost in the void. This is similar to having a language barrier. Nessuno di voi aveva capito quello che appena ho detto. Yet the words left my mouth, but you weren't able to understand any of it, were you? Well, since a communication starts by a greeting, buenas tardes,
Bonjour,
bon tarde,
konnichiwa,
buon pomeriggio.
ado.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon, fellow classmates. Today we're going to break down the language barriers of communication. I am currently a multilingual student whose primary language is Spanish, and I am also fluent in English and Italian. What language do you speak?
I speak Creole and English.
You do?
I do.
Why? Why is that? Why Creole?
Well, my family comes from two countries in Africa, Sierra Leone and Nigeria. In both countries, we speak Creole. There are some of my family that cannot speak English, and a good amount of Africans can understand my language. Just like English is the universal language in America, Creole is almost similar to that, and it's the universal language in Africa.
Oh wow, so you say it's pretty much a big need for you to speak it?
Definitely. If not, there would be no way for me to communicate with someone. Something's happening, maybe even an emergency. I wouldn't be able to communicate with maybe one of my family members even. They need me.
Because not all of them speak English, right?
Not all of them speak English. Sometimes it may even be considered an insult, you know. For instance, it's like, you know, I'm speaking to them in one language, yet it's like I'm speaking gibberish.
I can definitely relate to that with Spanish. I know the struggle.
Man.
Mm-mm-mm.
You know, another thing, that Creole is also spoken in other countries outside of Africa. Spoken in Haiti.
Yes, that I knew about that one.
That
My
one?
neighboring country.
And even in Jamaica, Patois has some Creole in it. A lot of other Caribbean countries.
So it's very known.
It's a very known language, but every country has their own variation of it. But
Gotcha.
it's like a common thing, so it's important to know.
So it's like different dialects, like with Spanish.
Yes, definitely.
That's pretty cool. Isn't it fascinating how languages changes at all?
Girl.
I will be explaining why learning a foreign language is essential to you all. Secondly, I am going to provide you all with the tools to become multilingual yourself and enjoy the many benefits that come with it. And lastly, I would like for you all to imagine how different your world will be and your perception of it will be once you have mastered the skill yourself. Before I continue, I just want to make it clear how in order to survive in a competitive global scale, mastering the art of knowing a foreign language or multiple ones would make it even better is basically a necessity for us all. To illustrate this, how high this necessity is, mtpr.org share the testimony of military troopers who were being deployed to Afghanistan, where indigenous language and culture dominated the localities. In order to avoid further damage being done to the people and possible life losses, the troopers needed to act as mediators between leaders who had opposing sides. These troopers were not going to be able to accomplish agreements like they did if they had not been educated on their language and cultural values. Which is crazy. One would think their job would just be to defend people. But there it is. Once you are inside a job, you never know what you could face there. And a lot of those things we face in our jobs are based on communication, which is big. Likewise, according to a study of foreign language effects, students who study a foreign language develop greater cognitive skills than those who don't. And these skills are developed in the areas of mental flexibility, creativity, divergent thinking, and also higher order of thinking skills. And you may ask, how is this relevant to me? Why should I care? Well, college graduates, should I say, miss out on job opportunities because they don't know any other languages than English. They're monolingual. And therefore, they're unable to communicate with clients and accommodate fully to their needs, because it's way easier to help and assist somebody once you speak to them in their primary language. In order to avoid the inconveniences of navigating in a multilingual world or being monolingual, I suggest that you enroll in a foreign language course. I know that learning a new language in a classroom environment may be extremely intimidating, and it might also not add up to your budget, but that resolution that I am suggesting fits all your needs because it's completely free and it's online. It's a free Memrise account. And what is Memrise? Memrise is an online language learning platform which includes a website in which you learn and corresponding mobile applications through which you practice everything that you're learning in the website. And what makes Memrise so effective and amazing is the fact that it combines memory techniques with amusing content, which makes learning fun. It's like playing a game while also reaping the benefits of knowing a language. The website offers 200 plus language courses, and it allows you to interact with people throughout the world, which also hits in the social and cultural facts of language learning, and of course, social bonding. From my personal experience, Memrise has been more effective than the ESL program. I learned English through the ESL program that was provided in my middle school, and I have to say that it was definitely intimidating to learn English in that situation, because we had the general students who only spoke English and us, and the school was really divided, and pretty much we were bullied for the way we pronounced certain English words, for our accent, and which made us more skeptic when it came down to participation opportunities. I still struggle with speaking in English just because I don't feel as confident as the other students. It stays with you in your head, and I feel like those are things that could be avoided through learning and Memrise. So let's get a little visual here. Next time anyone approaches you, perhaps a desperate lady on the street who shouts, "Signor, signorina, sono stufa, puoi forse aiutarmi a trovare mio figlio? Non lo trovo da ieri sera, da nessuna parte. Aiutarmi, per favore." Instead of looking at her just puzzled and confused and just giving her a quiet response or a head nod, you now will be able to respond, "Chiaro, signora, non c'è un problema." And in case you guys were wondering what I just said, it was a lady approaching you to help her find her son, who she can't find since yesterday, and she's basically desperate now. She doesn't know what to do, who to approach, or what to think. So now you'll be able to of course, respond that you could help her instead of just being confused. So if you want to be a better neighbor, if you want to enhance your application for your future jobs, go to Memrise.com and create an account with the language of your choice. And of course, download the corresponding apps that would allow you to practice at any time through your phone. To conclude, learn a new language and break barriers to communication. an asset in the business world, and a resource on vacation. Know a loved one in the military, it can help them where they're stationed. But most importantly, language can unite us all as a nation. God bless you all, and I hope you learn.